Hello and welcome. Today we're discussing Wandering Itch, a cornerstone, or more accurately, the keystone to all jackal mythos. This is the story all jackals know by heart, and all of them practice the retelling, and do so with a near fervor for accuracy and art of the act of the relaying. In my opinion, what's wrong, little worm? What do you got? You want to come up here? Um, I'm kind of in the middle of something. Can it wait a little bit?
I wanna talk with you. Can I come up?
You can come up and talk. It's not a problem, little worm. All right, let me just turn and get you.
But, but I don't wanna talk about the story. Okay? I don't wanna.
Ah, now I see the problem. Well, let's talk about the story a little, and what you want to talk about a little. That way we can do both. All right, little worm? Here, let me just pick you up. Put you there. And there you are. Now, what was the most important part of the story?
Well, as long as we talk about my stuff too, I guess Ephemera, she's strong in her mind, and that makes her stronger in her body. She freed herself from a curse. The curse those awful operators put on her.
Correct. Partly, but there's a little more to it. Ephemera, she started something that day. Something massive and vicious. Operators had been unchallenged since their very inception, until that day. Everyone bowed, everyone scraped their knees, everyone worshipped those believed to be above all others but Tabor. Until Ephemera.
Oh, so Ephemera is just like Speed from Speed Racer. That is the best movie ever made. He changed everything too, 'cause he believed he could, and he proved it through his choices and actions and his awesome driving.
Some would argue with you on that point, but I will not. See, we just watched Speed Racer Wednesday, and Thursday, and Friday, and this morning. Brumble fell in love with the movie, complicitly enamored.
That's true. I did. It was so good and cool. I just want to hop into a T180 and boom, blasting over the track. No one standing in my way. Right over the finish line. Whoosh, drinking that cold milk, guzzling it. Ooh, I want it so bad.
See, that right there is actually not a separate topic at all, little worm.
What? How so? Racing and breaking curses is two different things. They're like so different.
I would argue differently, little worm. You see, the point of this story isn't just what Ephemera did, it's why she chose to do it, and the conclusion of her actions. She chose to do that something before her, everyone and everything in existence knew to be impossible. But she changed that through her drive and desire to be different, to make from her life what none other dared to dream possible. She'd already lost everything near and dear to her. What more did she have to lose in the act of trying the impossible? Nothing. So she did it.
She could have died. But, oh, I see. She didn't really have, I mean, what did she have to live for? it wasn't worth all that much anyway. So she just did what she thought she had to become herself?
Precisely, little worm. Precisely. In a similar fashion, Speed couldn't imagine a world that wasn't governed by the possibility that he could win or lose based solely on his own actions and abilities.
So, you're saying if I want to, if I desire it enough, and I work hard enough, I might drive my own T180?
In a way, I'm not saying it would be exactly the same. Physics in that universe seems to have a hands off approach most of the time, but there's no reason you could not build and erase an analog, a reasonable copy of a T180 and drive that. You'll need the will, the drive, the knowledge, the determination, the expertise, and the experience, and then and only then can it be done by you. But if you focus and push yourself, it can be done.
Oh, okay. Alright. So, I have to invent all that tech. The stuff works way different than our stuff. I'm pretty sure. That sounds hard. But worth it.
Everything worth doing is gonna be hard, but that difficulty is what makes it so worth it. In many cases, more difficult than even excruciating, little worm. But once it's done, once you accomplish what all others insisted had to have been impossible, you'll have the understanding and gratification of having been correct when no one else was, having believed in yourself, your capabilities, your understanding, your knowledge, all of that. It's an incredible feeling. I recommend it highly.
How do you know? Who taught you?
Little worm, you're talking to the only human to willingly enter the deep well and return. The only one to not only kill an operator in their homeland, but to wipe out an entire name, a family squad, if you will, and be recognized as exceptional by Tabor. Like Ephemera and Speed, I am an unprecedented person because I strove for such designation. I know the process well, and from me you can gain great insight and direction in making yourself the exceptional individual that you truly desire to be. I can help you along the path as almost no other could.
Okay. Alright. You can train me. Teach me the ways of the awesomeness. But what about the tech? I think that's your weak point. Our weak point. How will we make our own analog of a T180? That's gonna be hard. I can tell. I know stuff.
Correct. That will be quite difficult, but, and big old wide huge but, we do have the artifacts, and we are better at finding them than anyone else.
How will they help? I don't get it. We just got one to move another one with a third one. That doesn't seem very helpful. It didn't, and we couldn't like control it, and like it wouldn't go anywhere sometimes. That doesn't seem so helpful.
You do remember our first experiment. That's good. Well, in the way that those three artifacts combine, it's essentially how a piston works in an engine. And pistons are what drives the power conversion out of the engine to the wheels. Sort of.
Okay, so we make the artifacts into a system like an engine, inventing our own engine piece by piece, making our own version of a T180, and I drive it over the finish line winning all the races ever. How do we do that?
Oh, that was work. It's not time sensitive. We can keep doing this. Okay, so we have to come up with a process and a plan. We have to change everything about how we do what we do. This will take massive dedication and incredible amounts of ambition and experimentation. I'm not saying this will be easy. It will not. It'll be the hardest thing anyone's ever done. But if you really want this, we will get it done.
Oh yeah! This is awesomeness distilled. I love it. We're doing this. What do we do first?
First, we have to end the episode. Then we have to dig into the nitty-gritty and probably fail thousands of times before we succeed at all. It's going to be maddening, but trust me, it'll be worth it. I have the experience in the field of impossible.
I'll do the extra. I'm the best at it. Okay? Alright? Goodbye, everyone. Leave your comments down below. Like and share to help us grow. And feed a super awesome, amazing Brumble. That's me. And we encourage each and every one of you to be the best, most stupendous version of yourself at all times, because it's the absolute right thing to do. And don't forget to stay safe out there. How was that? The best ever? Yep, it was.
I don't see how it can be topped. You are the best at extras. That is a true fact.